The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here at Talladega as the OP Racing Premier Series brings you race number 10 of their 12-race regular season. It is getting down to the nitty-gritty. I am your host for tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and in the booth with me is the very intelligent and very glad to be here and not at his job, that is Al Smith.
You are 100% correct, and I love me some Talladega. And I am looking forward to what these guys are going to put on for you here tonight. We say each and every week that these are the best Superspeedway drivers in iRacing, and we're going to show you here tonight on what is going to be an ultra-competitive field of race cars here tonight. Over 38 cars signed in at the pit gate, KR, and any one of them has a chance to win.
That they do, and on the speedway they go for their qualifying session. They will have 10 minutes to lay down their best lap, and Josh Milam out on the speedway in the 7. He is headed for the tri-oval, and he's going to be one of the first ones across the start finish line to begin his timed lap.
He's going to cross the stripe now, and he will be on that yellow line, painting it right around there. And that getting up the speed lap has been important all season long. We'll see how Milam has done. We know who has been fast all week in qualifying, or all season so far in qualifying. That has been Sebastian Marin. He's got a number of poles this season. Let's see how Josh Milam will do. Also, JD Crow on the line, Alex Green crossing the stripe, and he'll go coming to the speed, I guess. Milam, no, going to be the first one. I'm up on the board.
Rick Seabrand's in the 4 qualifying. Sometimes that 4 machine likes to hang out at the back and not worry about qualifying, but Seabrand's going to post up a lap here as Josh Milam and Seabrand's cross the line with Peter DeBorgia. And Seabrands takes pole with a 53.80. Before I can finish it, Gabe Butler on top of the leaderboard.
Josh Milam going to cross the line. He's going to be 7th quick, it looks like. Got now Kevin Freese to the top of the board. Car coming close down the back stretch. Hunter Reynolds, very quick in qualifying usually. Let's see where the number 26 Reynolds rat. Ford Mustang will post a time. Right now trying to beat a 53.76 by Kevin Freese.
'26 down through the tri-oval all the way to the grass, and Reynolds across the line, and he is going to put himself into row number 2 for the moment. '47 of Richard Kuhn getting his race car up to speed. So too is Jeremy Funk in the 97 as he begins his outlap. Sean Stevens in the 27, currently in 11th. And let's see here, Zach Workman in the 19 on the clock as he is making his way down and through the corner.
On lot of times coming in fast and furious right now.
Well, a good question coming in from YouTube chat. Bobby Helton wondering if the kid is going to be bringing his A game tonight. I don't know. We'll see if Logan Helton has anything in store.
What's your prediction on that?
Well, I'll tell you what, Logan Helton brings his A game almost every time. We'll see if his A game is going to be enough to get it done.
That's what I was thinking.
Sebastian Marin in the 23 on the Speedway. Marin coming around to complete his timed lap as the 23 easily through the tri-oval and for the start finish line. Sebastian Marin's time only good enough for the top 5.
Another car getting up to speed, coming through the tri-oval is going to be the 14 of Cody Eldred. He works down the back stretch, halfway done with his qualifying lap. Driver out of New York.
Cody Eldred in the 14 as his unique paint job. Very white, very clean. Not very often you see a kind of a clean paint job like that.
A very good looking car, definitely liking it. They'll come across the line and Eldred gonna jump to the 24th position. Mark Mann gonna jump to 6 quick KR, very good lap for the 04 of Mark Mann. Jumping up to 6 quick. Daniel Holloway in that middle wafers number 21. Working into turn number 3.
Holloway into turn number 3, so too is the 33 of Jeff Crosby. As Crosby running a citrus paint scheme, so I'm told. Not really sure I'd call that citrus.
Me either.
Well, Al, Zach wants to know, what'd you dip your microphone in this week?
When I dipped it,
Yeah.
sound bad.
It doesn't sound normal.
I'm in a different channel because the damn thing keeps breaking on me.
Why do you let it do that? Have you had a talk with it?
I have. And we had to put it into a different port. Because the port it was in was not happy.
Well, that's not good. The 33 of Crosby to make his way through the tri-oval and heading for that start-finish line. And Crosby across the line, and the 33 good enough for a top 10 for the moment. 8th spot. The 63 of Logan Helton. Logan the Kid Helton making his way to that timing line, so he will begin his time lap. Right now, he is the only car out on the speedway. 33 drivers have taken a lap time of our 33. We still have 5 drivers left to qualify. I don't believe any of these other guys are attempting to qualify. Logan Helton is going to be one of the last ones to put a time on the board. Now Fritchie's just trying to hurt my feelings. He wants me to tell you something now, but I'm not going to tell you.
I see it, KR.
Yeah, you shouldn't be reading things like that, Al.
Oh, I'm surprised I'm able to read. Is it sounding better?
It sounds exactly the same.
What's it sound
Like you're in a tin can. So the 63. Logan Helton across the start-finish line. And Logan Helton goes up into 3rd. With that being said, we're going to step away for the national anthem. No one going anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dega 250 as OP Racing Premier Series, presented by Butt Kicker, gets to the starting grid. So let's roll right into our lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1, the 25 of Kevin Fries. On the outside, in the 88, that is Gabe Butler. Row number 2 will be the 63 of Logan Helton and Zach Workman in the 19. Row 3 will be Hunter Reynolds in the 26 and Sebastian Marin in the 23. Row number 4, the 04 of Mark Mann from Alliance Motorsports and Jim Mayer in the 95. Row 5 will be the 33 of Jeffrey Crosby Jr. from Flat Out Motorsports and JD Crow from Bootnaka.
Annie, inside of row number 6 will be Rick Seabrands in car number 4. Outside of him, Flat Out Motorsports entry at number 24. This is Tyler Miller. Zach Fritz in car number 12 will roll off 13th, but outside of him, Meteor Racing number 40. This is Peter DeBorgia. Eric Laurie and Cody Ober will start in row number 8. In row number 9, we'll go to Travis Elliott and David Booth. Sean Stevens in car number 27 for the Buck Wild Racing team will roll off 19th. And 20th, his teammate, the 52 of Randall Cobb.
Row number 11 will be the 62 of Les Levy from Checkered Flag Motorsports, and on his outside, the 7 of Josh Milam. Row 12, Daniel Holloway in the 21. And then on the outside of row number 12, that is the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Row 13 will be Dave Hunt in the 53 and Andy Brigante. Row 14, the 73 of Jared Forbes. And on his outside, Dustin Barber in the 6. Row number 15, Cody Eldred in the 14 and Richard Kuhn in the 47.
Doug Rice will roll off in the 31st position in car number 35. Outside him, the 97 of Jeremy Funk. Bob Blackavera and Alex Green will roll off 33rd and 34th. 35th starting spot for the Flat Out Motorsports, number 44. This is Anthony English. David Overstreet is 36th. 37th will go to Ernie Williams Jr. And Rob Connors and Dan Harrington rounding out your 39-car field. 39 cars, 94 laps at the very fast Talladega Superspeedway.
Take a look at some of our race info for tonight. We have had 8 winners in 9 races. Be watching for that outside lane. They will be 3 and 4 wide very quickly here. We might even see it on the opening lap. Right now, 4 drivers are going to get in on points. There is 1 fast repair available to our drivers as we begin race number 10 of our 12 race regular season. Down through the trial will they go as they wait for that long green flag. And here we go. Kevin Freese, Gabe Butler lead this field to turn number 1. Looks like everyone got through the gearbox very quickly. Not a big group separation just yet, Al, and those guys will be using those large gaps here tonight to get a big run.
They will, as they work down the back stretch. Is still Freese getting a good push by the kid Elton. Butler working an outside groove, and the number 19 right behind him is Zach Workman. Workman been fast all season long. Still looking to pick up his first win of the season as they come off of turn number 4 for the first time.
Onto the front stretch and through the trioval. Kevin Freese in the 25. Out in front, and he is going to lead the first lap of this race. Getting him an early bonus point. The 25 out in front, Logan Helton in the 63 on his back bumper, and 38 cars scheduled to start, 1 car on pit road, and that is the 44 of Anthony English.
Up front is Butler, though, getting a good push by working that outside line. We saw at the earlier races this season, but the outside line and inside line very even. That third lane will actually work as well up here as they work down here through the trioval. It is going to be Butler leading that lap here as they work lap number 3. Still even rows of 2, about 20 rows deep as we work through turns 1 and 2. And right now it's just about riding game. We talked about it in the early stages here in our pre-race meeting, KR. I think we can see some guys on pit road between the laps of 5 and 7. They can get about 13 to 15 laps on a tank of fuel at the Talladega Superspeedway. Not counting cautions, though. They still work around here. Everybody's doing a good job here, like they do always on a Monday night.
I'll give a shout out to everyone joining us on YouTube chat. How you doing this morning, Miss Tammy? Thank you very much, guys, for popping by and saying hello. Glad you're here. If only we knew who you were cheering for. To Butler in the 88 on that outside lane. The first few rows remained unchanged. Everybody looking like they are just kind of set where they're at right now. No one in too big of a hurry to make a move.
No, we're not seeing the big pushes now. Butler, though, going to change lanes. Drop down in front of Freese. That's going to put Workman as the workhorse out on the front of this one. That Instacart number 19. Getting pushed by that Nexus Esports number 23 automobile of Marin, Sebastian Marin right there. He's got the Hall of Famer Jim Mayer working right there behind him as well. The car 95. Don't look too far behind him. JD Crow also up at the front of this one.
So off of turn number 2 onto the back stretch. Workman battling with Butler to be on the lead. 2 cars trying to break out. And this is 17 of Jimmy Reynolds, who's running new Metallica paint scheme. I have not seen this one yet out of that 17 stable. Unique paint job for Jimmy Reynolds, and he is trying to work with the 62 of Les Levy as several cars peel off for pit road here on lap number 5.
Well, we had trouble. One car sliding through the gas. Congrats, that was your race leader at 88, Dave Butler. Slid through the infield, hit the inside wall hard, continues and will stay green, but a tough break for that number 88 of Butler, who is slow on the apron between 1 and 2. Not sure what happened there.
I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick. That is not a good start for the 88. Good news is he's got a lot of time to get back into this race.
Yeah, plenty of time left here as more cars start to peel off the racing surface. Still come the pit road being led by the 63 of Helton. Leaves Freeze and Marin out on the racetrack with JD Crow and Cody Ober and Dan Booth, just to name a few of those.
So Freeze and Marin now 1 and 2. Logan Helton in the 63 on pit road. As the jack is dropped and down and away goes the 63. Jim Mayer on his back bumper now. These guys need to get up to speed before Hunter Reynolds comes around and gets by them, but it looks like Hunter Reynolds already has the momentum on his side to go on board with the 26 as he is going to start working his way by these guys. We're down on the apron.
Yeah, Reynolds doing a good job, and that is really tricky. You gotta get that past that, the dreaded blue cone that nobody likes here. And as you do that, you got cars that are just about, probably 100 miles an hour slower than what you are working around this racetrack. Right now, doing a masterful job. They're gonna pull up even with Logan Helton and the 95 of Jim Mayer, and they are almost up to speed. So just like that, back to 2x2 as they come through the tri-oval. And I'm liking that Skull Bandit car, sharp looking race car, another can out there for the 33 of Crosby. Now Reynolds will drop to the inside in front of the 63 of Helton, leaving Crosby and Fritz on the outside.
Our lead pack, Les Levy and Jimmy Reynolds, those two running 1 and 2. They have not come down pit road
trouble!
yet.
Big trouble down the backstretch. Hunter Reynolds around. Mayer, one car up in the air. That was the 26, I believe. Hunter Reynolds going to keep it pointing in the right direction. Is trouble down the backstretch. And just like that, underneath the yellow flag there. Looks like a push gone wrong, possibly, KR.
Caution flag coming out for the first time. Hunter Reynolds looks like he gets turned. And multiple cars are going spinning. Hard contact to the inside wall. Kevin Freese in the 25 did try to get up into the air, but he did land it on all fours. We'll take another look at it.
There's a long for the ride there at that point.
Trouble early as we were in the midst of green flag pit stops. Les Levy, Jimmy Reynolds, David Overstreet, Jeremy Funk, Jared Forbes, and Rob Connors all have not yet hit pit road.
Field catching up to the base car. It looks like two drivers not able to take the green flag here tonight. The 82 of Dan Harrington and Anthony English with issues. KR, they are out of tonight's race, unfortunately. Hope to see them back in competition in 1 week's time. And a tough break right now, working lap number 9, and a lot of these drivers are going to have to go to the backup car.
Yeah, only one fast repair available. And it is having to be used already. I think maybe you try and not burn it here if your engine's not smoking. You got 10 laps to the end of the stage. If you can get some speed out of it and hold on for 10 laps and not go a lap down. They try and hold on to that fast repair.
It definitely can. As your race leaders come down pit road, they were the only ones to do so. Les Levy gonna come into the pit stall first. Looks like he'll leave off pit road as your race leader still. So a good break there for those drivers to stretch it out like they did.
Yeah, they had a clear advantage over everyone else and the rest of the field, even though they never slowed down. They still had to make their way around, and Les Levy basically got a free pit stop there.
But they say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yes, they do.
Well, he's both.
It is both. A little bit of luck coming in when that caution came out for the 62 of Les Levy to allow him to hold on to the lead, even though he had to make his pit stop still. Alright, so with that being said, stage number 1 coming to an end at the completion of lap 20.
Everybody should be able to make it from this point forward, I would believe.
Should be able to, is correct.
But again, we're not Larry McReynolds sitting on top of the pit box
With a calculator. And a lot of knowledge in racing. And whatever else he knew. He knew a lot.
Lights are out on the pace car though, so that means we'll be going back green flag racing. We had about 7 laps left here in stage number 1. Hey, I like Eric Carney's comment. See that?
It's Miller time. There we go.
I will confess to you though, KR, I've never had a Miller.
Never?
Never.
Should try one.
I might have to.
Should try all the beers. That way you know which one's your favorite.
I'm real keen on the Busch lattes. Sometimes you go Busch heavy.
I do have a Busch latte right now.
I have a Coca-Cola.
Ah. I have a Busch latte and an old fashioned that was made with Knob Creek rye.
We don't advise driving and having an adult beverage, but we can sit in the booth and watch guys drive.
Absolutely.
Connor's in the 5th spot. Marin is in 6th. How about Jeremy Funk in that 97, having a good run so far early on in this one? Josh Mylan, we talked about him just inside the top 10, and Travis Elliott. Elliott needing some good luck here to go his way inside the top 10 for that Monster Energy number 51, but it's going to be Les Levy and the 17 of Reynolds bringing us to the green flag here as they work down the tri-oval where we'll be next week. This is where the green flag would be out, but we got to go an extra 250 yards. They're right about here. Now they can start to accelerate as the green flag is waving, and we are back underway here tonight the Talladega 250. They get up through the gearbox. Some drivers changing lanes towards the back of the field. Everybody 2x2 stacked up. Forbes on the back bumper. Reynolds trying to give him a good push over street in that 46 working down low. In that red car. With the chrome 46. I'm digging that here tonight. And then look at Travis Elliott going to take it 3 wide down the middle. He's getting a good toe. Now it'll stall up here as he climbs to the back side of the 73 of Forbes. And just like that, well, we're going to go 3x3.
3 wide at Talladega. It didn't take long from this restart for them to jump up into that third lane. Sebastian Marin in the 23 trying to get another stage win. He leads all drivers with stage wins. Take a quick look as this stage is winding down. Sebastian Marin has 4 stage wins. Randall Cobb at 2, Logan Helton at 2, and then all the other people who have won a stage just at 1. So Sebastian Marin showing some outstanding stage-winning prowess. There's an R and a W in that word, and I'm not really sure how to say either one of those letters.
Are you trying to say prowess?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, we got a new race leader, like just like that, 10th to 1st in a matter of a lap. Travis Elliott going to go to your race lead. Sebastian Marin working that middle lane, and outside of him, it's the Batman, Mark Mann, in the 04. He's getting a good push by that J Concepts number 2 of J.D. Crow. There, 2x2, Dustin Barber, and here comes Anthony Briganti in that number 13. Sitting about 12th, 4 rows back on the inside of a 3-wide action. One driver said, "This is not for me." That was David Overstreet. He has bailed out and got out of Dodge. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Yeah, that they're really starting to mix it up.
Mixing it up here. Going to come to 4 laps to go in stage number 1. And Mark Mann drops down from the highest side down to the bottom level. And he is going to hold on to that race lead. The car is starting to dance around through the tri-oval. Everybody doing a good job as they are still 3x3. Plenty of space here tonight at the Talladega Superspeedway to do so. Will they be brave enough to go 4 wide before the night's over? That is the biggest question that I would like to see. I'm going to go with yes.
Oh, they'll be 4 wide before the end of this stage. So Mark Mann in the 04 with the 51 of TJ Elliott on his bumper. Laps are winding down. Do want to point out that we do have the 44 of Anthony English onto the speedway. So he is getting a late start. He is multiple laps down. But we do have one car that is out of the race, and that is the 53 of Dave Hunt.
Well, Dave Hunt unable to get back out there. Not electrical issues or something. Travis Elliott going below the yellow line. He might be bailing out of this front group. Looks like he might be doing so. Remember, that is out of bounds. J.D. Crow with a good push. Josh Milam giving him a push down the backstretch. Randall Cobb going to go from the middle lane to the bottom side. He's going to try to get some help. And now J.D. Crow will go from the top 4 to the bottom level. Turns 3 and 4. Still 3x3 behind him. He's looking in the mirror, trying to block the runs when they come. It'll be 3 laps to go in stage number 2.
So Sebastian Marin and J.D. Crow now mixing it up as they cross the start-finish line. Stage number 1 winding down very quickly. As you can see how they are mixing this up like scrambled eggs with a little bit of picante sauce. Gotta mix that in real well.
You hungry, KR?
I might be a little hungry.
All right. How about Dustin Barber on the outside, getting the push, 2 Fords hooked together. Here comes Mr. Reynolds in that 26 after contact with the outside wall there to bring out our first yellow flag of the evening. Everybody doing a good job here. 2 laps to go in stage number 1. JD Crow getting a good push that time by Randall Cobbin on the inside. We are still 3 by 3. Cody Eldridge thought about making it 4 wide and thought better of it. Maybe just trying to get some air to the front of that Chevrolet as they push the 23 of Marin down the back stretch. Everybody doing a good job. Daniel Holloway coming down there. Is now the fan out. Milam will go to the middle, and that will put Barber down to the inside. 2 turns, 3 and 4 they come. They will see the white flag fly in stage number 1. And it's going to get wild from this point forward.
Final lap about ready to begin for stage 1 is Josh Milam in the 7, with Dustin Barber in the 6. Teammates at Fuel Sim Racing have gotten hooked up. Whenever we see FSR get hooked up at the front, it is hard to dislodge them. They are in the lead at the right time. Down the back stretch, the 52 of Randall Cobb getting the back bumper of the 6. The 2 of JD Crow has a run, and he is making his way to the lead with the 23 of Marin pushing on him. Hunter Reynolds and Logan Helton on the high side are falling back just a little bit. They're not able to get as much momentum as they would like. Here we come onto the front stretch through the trioval. We're going to have a stage winner, and it is going to end up being the 2 of JD Crow. So caution coming up very quickly as everyone getting across the start-finish line, and JD Crow picking up that stage win.
Happy to report also Dave Hunt back out onto the racetrack, KR. So whatever problems the 53 was having, they have got them fixed. He will be back out onto the racetrack. But how about that JD Crow picking up the stage win? He won week number 2 right here at Talladega. I think he likes this racetrack, KR.
I think so. I've got a few racetracks that I like. You like the ones that you just have fun at, and you really like the ones they have fun at and win races on.
Isn't every racetrack fun?
No.
No.
Well, there are some that hurt. It just hurts.
Like the ones when you gotta turn right?
Oh, those are okay. I did one of those last night. Finished second. There was only 2 cars in the race. Yes, Al. I know what you're thinking.
Well,
there was only 2.
I wasn't gonna bring that part up.
Well, stage 1 done and in the books. JD Crow, our stage winner. I want to give a special shout out to Sean McCara, who is tonight's race control. So Sean up in the Overwatch status, if you will, normally a driver on a Monday night, but tonight he has decided that he is going to try and keep all of these guys in check, so he finds himself in the race control seat.
The thankless job anybody could do.
I'm not gonna do it.
It's a tough job. I can speak from experience on that one. No matter what you make a call on, someone's going to be mad at you. Hey, who's not mad though? That's the number 2 of JD Crow picking up his stage 1 win.
From Bootnaka, let's see if we can't get our stage 1 winner up here in the booth. JD, got your ears on, bud?
I got you guys. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'll tell you what, we're doing outstanding. But that number 2 looking very good here tonight.
We're feeling pretty good. We started the week off good at Talladega last night, so we hope to carry some momentum over tonight.
Stage 1 win. What was it like out there at this overcast Talladega racetrack so far in stage number 1? We had a big crash that took out quite a few from the front, and then it seemed like everyone settled in.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if that was just a bad push or just in net code or whatever. But the car feels good. You know, the guys are racing really tight and seems to be holding their lines pretty good. It's just you know, if you push somebody in the wrong spot of the track on the wrong spot of the car, it can cause some headaches. But I think everybody's feeling pretty good, pretty racy, and it's kind of fun competition.
Well, JD, one stage in the books, stage number 2 about ready to fire off. It looked like a 4-tire stop for you on this one.
Yeah, you know, we got that win, so it locked us in, so we can try some different things. Wanted just to see, you know, what the tires are wearing and try to set up for later in the race. So now we got to get to work and get Kevin up front and get him a win tonight.
All right, well, man, good luck to you and the rest of Team Bootnaka. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh, just a shout out to all the boot knockers, and you know, appreciate them letting me be part of the team, and hope we can show some well colors tonight. So thank you everybody for the support.
That is JD Crow, our stage 1 winner from the Boot Knockoffs. And another shout out to be had, Liberty Fires checking in. Liberty at work. Unfortunately, our unofficial statistician not able to participate in the manner he would like. But go earn that skrill. Somebody's got to buy me that raw toast.
You like sourdough toast?
Yeah.
Do you even know what that is?
No.
It might be just a New York or New England thing. It's good though.
Is it? Are we talking code here? Or is it actual sourdough bread that you put in a toaster?
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh boy.
Well, maybe in between whatever Liberty is doing, he can come up with some questions we can ask tonight. I always get a kick out of those.
He does have some good questions. We want to point out that the 44 of Anthony English has made his way onto the speedway. He is down multiple laps along with Dave Hunt. So those two are the only two not on the lead lap. But neither one is just one lap down, so they have a lot of work ahead of them. It's going to be a big hole for these two cars to dig themselves out of. But hey, they haven't given up. They're going to keep on digging. They just might be able to get back into this race. You never know. Weirder things have happened.
I was saying anything can happen. That is why we race all the laps and not just one.
I'll never forget when Jimmy Johnson came back to win a race after being 5 laps down.
Yep.
Juan Pablo Montoya won the Indy 500 from 2 laps down.
Hey, we're almost in the month of May. I'm getting excited for that.
Me too. I've missed Indy this year. I may not have the full field. First time in forever.
Oh, why don't you feel the car and I'll drive it?
Well, we're a little late on that, but anyways, green flag is back out. Stage number 2 underway. Logan Helton in the 63, trying to bring his A game. Bobby Helton sat him down, put him in a corner and said, "This is how you do your A game." Apparently Logan has been listening. Logan is now out in front.
Do you think the A game is right around that yellow line?
I don't know. Logan likes to go wherever.
Go wherever the line is moving right now. It's the inside line for him. Right to the outside. Here comes Mark, the Batman man in 04. The 52 of Cobb right there in the 3rd spot. And Cody Eldred right there as well. They are giving a good push in that red, black, and white. Number 14 takes a peek to the outside. We'll tuck it back in line, and man will lead lap number 25.
Mark Mann in the 04 slides down in front of teammate Logan Helton. Those two from Alliance Motorsports. And man, Alliance Motorsports, FSR, when these two teams get their guys together, they usually find a lot of speed. And now we have to start talking about Team Bootnaka in the same way, because Team Bootnaka has the most stage wins out of any other team.
That they do. Randall Cobb will get a good push here from Eldred now to the race lead. His man has dropped down in front of the number 63 of Helton. Doug Rice up in the mix as well as he works to the inside underneath the 5 of Lacavera. Lacavera making almost contact with Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds and Barber really working the outside of the speedway. The 47 of Kuhn stuck there in the middle along with the number 12 of Fritz. These cars dancing down the Talladega super stretch into turn number 3. David Overstreet right back here as well up to the front. Remember, we saw him bail out there towards the middle to end of stage number 1 as things were getting wild up at the front of this one. Things, well, I don't think they've calmed down at all. They're still through line.
Yeah, the calm is a relative term. They may not necessarily be trying to mix it up as hardcore as they were coming into stage 1. But we are 3 wide, and that'll raise your heart rate.
Yeah, I'm already, I got the sweaty palms already just watching these guys battle it out here for the race lead. Guys in the back of the pack here, still attached to this, only about some 2 seconds behind. They and all this are like, let's pedal it back a little bit more in case we gotta hit those hooks. There's a train of Fords up on the outside. You got Reynolds, Barber, and Reynolds in that 17. That's a nice looking paint job on the Dark Knight of Jimmy Reynolds. Travis Elliott marks the outside as well. And here comes Miller to the inside to fill the gap. Very old 4 rows, 3 deep. They work off of turn number 2.
Eric Carney rooting for Tyler Miller in the 24. And he has found himself dead square in the thick of this battle at the front of the field. Mark Mann in the 04 and Randall Cobb in the 52. Along with the 2600 Reynolds battling through the tri-oval, leading their respective lanes. Randall Cobb leading that lap. Randall Cobb from Buck Wild Racing. That team includes Bob Lacavera, who is just there behind the 14 of Cody Eldred to get to the 52 should the opportunity arise. John Stevens, Doug Rice, Randall Cobb, and Dave Hunt. Dave Hunt and Stevens,
trouble.
a little bit down the order.
Looked like a push gone wrong once again on Reynolds' car. The outside line now jumbling up. They had to check up there, KR. Sorry to jump in. I thought we were going to have big trouble. Somehow they managed to keep it all straight, but the outside line now, that was 3 wide, is falling back.
Jared Forbes in the 73 does have some damage to the nose. Looks like he got into somebody's back end a little bit more aggressively than he would have liked. But they're settling it down at the front because of that, and they have gone 2 wide. Meanwhile, the 17 of Reynolds and the 26 of Reynolds continue to fall back, and they're going to slot in about mid-pack.
Yeah, the right front of that 26 of Reynolds all wrinkled up right now, trying to make it to the end of this stage, going up to sit on pit road for some time, trying to get the bear bond on it. Because here comes Butler screaming around the outside as Reynolds will fall in behind. I thought was going to fall in behind the number 2 of JD Crow.
So the 14 of Cody Eldridge out in the front. We are getting close to the end of stage number 2. This one going to end at the completion of lap 40. Guys, if you need a break from us, well, feel free to check out some of our other live streams that are going on in this race here tonight. Dustin Barber on YouTube, Derek Conley on YouTube when he was able to join us, but Conley had a schedule change and he'll be away from our league for a while. Josh Milam, Doug Rice, they're streaming on Twitch, along with Zach Fritch, Peter DeGorgia, Zach Workman, and Dan Harrington, all on Twitch. Harrington not here tonight, so if you see him streaming and he's not here, unfollow him and tell him that he needs to get his butt back into this race.
Oh, Eldridge going to get shuffled to the outside. Randall Cobb going to work underneath him off of the corner. Meanwhile, Mark Bain getting a good push by Logan Helton and down on the bottom lane. And he'll get to the race lead. 35 of Rice there in the 3rd spot now. As Eldridge continues to fall back. He's got Alex Green in that Ben's Auto Parts number 3 right behind them, but they are dropping like a sack of rocks. Maybe by design is up front, getting pretty dicey.
Almost makes you wonder if they think they can try and make it to the end of the race or into the stage without a pit stop. I don't know why you would try.
That'd be 18 laps. 17 for some. I guess if you got that locked in, right? Why not? Hopefully. I think we're close to seeing some pit stops here, KR. I have been wrong in the past, and I will be wrong again.
Oh, we make it a habit of being wrong.
Well, it doesn't pay to be right.
We are so wrong so many times, it's like we're paid to be wrong.
Don't tell our secret.
Well, that's why I said it's like we're paid to be wrong.
How about Butler up on the outside there, net number 88. He's getting a good push by the 23 of Marin. Over as well, net number 8 car, working the outside of the racetrack. Seems like that middle to high line is where you want to be. Let's just keep the momentum up a little bit as I say that. Butler says, I'm going to make you look foolish there, upside down. As he drops down to the bottom.
Mom always says foolish is as foolish does.
JD Crow back in the mix of this one as well. 3rd car in line on the outside with Cody Ober and Kevin Freese right there in front of him. Alex Green, 1 spot behind him.
Let's go ahead and go on aboard with the 3 of Alex Green as he works this outside lane. Lap 36 of 94 as they work their way onto the front stretch. Alex just getting into the wall, coming up off the corner. Looked like it got a little bit tight on him. He is able to rein it back in. Hold on to it. Alex Green in that 3 has been running up front. He just needs opportunity to get that good finish in. By that good finish, I mean victory lane.
After tonight, we'll only have 2 more weeks to get yourself inside that top 16. And some of these drivers that we're talking about The only way that they're going to get in is by Grayson Victory Lane here in the OP Premier Series, which is not an easy thing to do. These guys are the best of the best here on the iRacing platform for Superspeedway racing. Invite only on Monday nights. They are putting on a show why they are here in the Premier Series on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And that outside line, though, Island out there cannot get the numbers to get pulled up to the front.
Oh, and the second lane, the middle lane, and the outside lane not quite looking on par with the 23 of Sebastian Marin, but don't worry, they're building that momentum. They will come roaring back here in just a moment. And Marin in the 23, out in up front. And I think everyone is going to make it on fuel here, except for David Overstreet and Les Levy as they peel off for pit road. They're going to hit that pit road early so that they can leapfrog the field when they come down for the stage.
That they can here. Only 2 laps remaining here in stage number 2. Elliott getting a good push this time off the corner, but here comes the 52 of Randall Cobb down the backstretch. He's gotten a good shove by the 24 of Miller. Elliott, though, getting a better shove, and Josh Milam, the guy that I always say, where did he come from? Now inside the top 10, working that outside line as he works around the 77 of Booth. They are coming up fast on the 53 of Dave Hunt. He's going to go below the yellow line and get out of the leader's way as they come flashing by him 3 wide to start the last lap here in stage number 2. And it is Sebastian Marin that took the white flag.
So Marin in the 23, final lap of the stage. Randall Cobb in the 52. They are running very close, nose to tail, side by side. 3 wide into turn number 3. Sebastian Marin has the advantage down on the yellow line. The 23 going to have that advantage for a moment, but the 52 of Randall Cobb starts to build some momentum. Can the 24 Tyler Miller push the 52 to the stage win? And Randall Cobb out in front and at the line. Randall Cobb is going to edge him out by just a little bit.
Randall Cobb will get the victory here in stage number 2. I say a coat of paint. That was close.
Yeah, very close one.
Whew. Now we can take a breath.
Can. Randall Cobb going to take that breath as well. It's hard work to win a stage, and he has won stage number 2.
Good job by the Buck Wild Racing driver number 52 of Randall Cobb. As they wait for the pace car. Now the question is, will they have enough fuel to stay on the racetrack, catch the pace car, or the pace car catch them so they can pit?
I believe it was a couple weeks ago. There was a big stack up, big mess because they were all waiting for the pace car. And they stopped on the pit lane, or right before they crossed the line to get in the pit lane, and then, ooh, yeah. I don't know if you remember that. It was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
I vaguely remember it. Pace car is rolling. They are rolling slow so they can come down pit road. And now they will all pick up the speed. And Randall Cobb will be the first car to hit pit road.
All right, so the 52 into his pit stall, and he looks ready to have his crew get to work. Down and away, and see if we can get a quick word in with our stage 2 winner from Buck Wild Racing. That is the 52 of Randall Cobb. Cobb, you got your ears on?
Yeah, I got you, Kara.
Well, man, oh man, this 52 picks up stage number 2. How about that? Tell us a little bit about that second stage for you.
Well, just made a few little moves there to get up into the top 4, and then got a chance to get the lead of the middle pack, and decided I was not gonna drop or do anything but stay right there in that middle. And luckily, Tyler Miller stuck behind me and was pushing the heck out of me and helped me get that stage win.
Well, Buck Wild Racing and the 52 of Randall Cobb looking very good here. Dave Hunt, however, a little bit down and out as he got a issue, put him a few laps down. You guys think you can be able to get him on the lead lap?
I don't know. We have to have some cautions for that to happen. He's having some electrical issues at his home, I guess, and that's what's got him down. So if might take a few more cautions to get him back up, but hopefully we can do it.
All right, well, Randall Cobb, that 52, looking very fast as usual. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for this stage win?
I just appreciate you guys, KR, and my teammates, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, man. Well, nice job. The Bucks, of course, have gone wild. The 52 of Randall Cobb, our stage 2 winner here tonight. So, Al, 2 stages, 2 different winners. And we head into our third and final stage. This is the long haul. This is where we're going to see green flag pit stops. I believe we're going to get at least 2 of them here.
Yeah, it'll just be around 50 laps to go. I think at the very minimum 2, possibly 3 pit stops, KR, to make it to the end of this one, not counting, if we need it, our 2 attempts at a green-white checker. But it is going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. Number 2 is a recap. The 2 of JD Crow picking up stage 1 win. We just heard from the 52 of Randall Cobb. So maybe if you have a 2 in your number, you have a shot of winning here tonight in the Dega 250.
Seems that way. Seems that way. All right, so a little bit of housekeeping. 35 cars on the lead lap. Alex Green, Dave Hunt, Anthony English not on the lead lap. Alex Green in the 3, the first car 1 lap down. He does find himself 1 lap down. Dave Hunt, he's more than 1 lap, and Anthony English is more than 1 lap as well.
You're saying their night is long, but does it mean that they won't be able to help their teammates with a push?
Well, I mean, I could help push you off a cliff.
I mean, you've tried pushing me off the tower a couple times tonight. I don't know what I did to you today, but I apologize.
Sometimes you just gotta watch things splat.
All right. Well, we could throw a watermelon off the backside or Georgia Peach.
So much cleaner. A lot less paperwork. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, well, that's why you keep me around, KR.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you didn't let me throw you off.
Well,
That could have been a really bad idea.
I was holding on for dear life. Thank God you didn't use the Cisco. Green flag in the hand of the pit of the flag man. We're ready to go at green flag racing. They are stacking them up at the back of the field. Green flag is up, and we are back underway with 51 and automatically yellow flag coming out. Josh Milam has gone around. along with Zach Workman involved in the heavy front end damage to the 77 of Booth. Something going awry here on the start of this one.
Yeah, a very jumbled start. Let's go ahead and take another look at this. You started talking about the stack up, and mid-pack, everyone really started spreading out. But then another one happened, the 21 of Holloway and Booth. Gosh, Milam getting involved. So we had two big stack ups, one at the very back, one mid-pack.
Looked like someone maybe missed a shift on the start there, stacked that inside lineup. Possibly, or spun the tires.
On board with Daniel Holloway in the 21. Holloway was the first victim, I would say, of this, but he was not the biggest loser. So trying to get an idea of what exactly happened here, the 23 of Sebastian Marin. I don't know. That's just a weird one. The 21 looked like he shoots down to the inside of whatever decision he made to do that, and it's going to mess everything up down behind. Hard to figure this one out.
Yeah, definitely some kind of stack up. Holloway taking that hard left-hand turn. So we'll restack them, re-rack them. Could be a double file restart. They're saving some fuel here.
Yeah, you always want to save fuel. Always important to save fuel, because if you have to go to pit road and you don't want to take tires, the more fuel you have in your tank, the shorter that pit stop is.
Yeah, we're going to see your race leader come down pit road, so like Lacavera going to stay out. Is everybody else following suit coming in the pit road? Probably going to see him top off. It's very tricky when you're only in your pit stall for a very short period of time. Getting out of your pit stall, drivers coming in, that could cause, well, a fender bender down there on pit road.
So Bob Lacavera assumes the race lead by Nutt coming down pit road. Mark Mann in the 04 going to win the race off of pit road.
Now you gotta stay down there till you get to that blue cone.
Yes, blue cone violence. I approve.
I do not like the blue cone.
I don't either. We should just tell iRacing to get rid of it.
Yeah, but people don't have common sense, KR, you know.
What does that got to do with the blue cone?
Well, because people just pull right up in front of the pack doing 190. And then you got body bags on the front stretch. It's just not good.
But we won't have a blue cone.
True. But it'd be better if it was a red cone.
No.
We have a green and a yellow one already.
We should just get rid of all cones.
I like the orange cone. When's recent season start for you? That's gotta be coming up soon. The weather's getting nice, at least in my neck of the woods.
We are actually scheduled for our first race of the season this Friday night.
Nice.
However, I will say the weather does not look like it's going to be helpful.
Wait, so you're telling me that Mother Nature is not ready for racing season?
Not usually in spring, no. No, it's hard to get a race in spring and May.
I hear you. Lights are going out on the iRacing pace car. The field's going to double it up, and it's Milak Avera and man on the front row. Randall Cobb and Travis Miller, or Tyler Miller, excuse me, in row number 2. Logan Helton, Cody Ober in row number 3. Then it is the number 62 of Les Levy and the 35 of Doug Rice in row number 4. Row number 5, Travis Elliott and the 46 of David Overstreet. Overstreet in that red number 46 here tonight, KR.
And that is a throwback to his real race car that he used to run. A unique little paint job there and some history with David Overstreet.
I believe Alex Green got the lucky dog on that.
He is back on the lead lap.
On the lead lap. I do like Overstreet's car. I don't like that it's a throwback to his car that you said used to run.
Mm-hmm.
I like when we got our sim racers that still mix it up on the racetrack. Maybe he does. I will say this is cheaper on the budget, especially if you wad it up. You don't have all week in the shop working on it. The boys do. You don't.
Unfortunately, I don't have any crew. I am my own pit crew, so yeah, I have to work on it.
That's why you don't wreck.
I try not to. Try not to.
We can't wreck up here. That's cheap on us.
Right? The pace car is down and in. Bob Lacavera gonna lead this field to turn number 1. Mark Mann in the 04. Trying racing to that corner. They are working this yellow caution flag situation to a close. And the green flag is out. We are back underway here in the Dega 250. Bob Lacavera down on the inside with Randall Cobb pushing on his bumper. They're pulling away here. We're gaining some momentum a little bit quicker than the 04 Mark Mann. As Tyler Miller now gets to the bumper of Mark Mann. Onto the backstretch they go, Al.
Yeah, down the backstretch they will come. Mann's going to pull out in front by a fender well. Lacavera with a good push by the 52 of Randall Cobb. Logan Helton down low as well as Les Levy. That's about a car length of separation between himself and the 63. As that gap will close up now. Your top 5 cars on the outside row, though, are all nose to tail as they come up the full song and dance through the tri-oval. That outside line going to have the momentum, and it's going to be Mark Mann at the line. But it is not over yet. We've still got plenty of laps left to go. 46 to be exact. And Mark Mann out on the front of this point. And he's been getting fast every week. He's been more and more up front, KR. Had a slow start to the season. But I expect we'll see Batman and Victor Lane here shortly, if not tonight.
To the 04. Front of Tyler Miller. Miller does have the option to jump up in front of the 8 of Cody Ober. Bob Lacavera got a little loose coming up off the corner. Had to chase the race car up the track and almost gets into Cody Ober if he didn't get into him to begin with. Everyone holds on to it. They stay green.
Randall Cobb got up the racetrack just a little bit, almost made contact with the 46 of Overstreet. They keep it 2 by 2 as they work down the backstretch. Now Doug Rice peeks to the outside around Ober, tucks it back in line as those two drivers stay connected down the backstretch. Miller to the back bumper of Mann to the inside in the turn number 3. The drag race between Ober and Mann is going to be decided what kind of push they get off of turn number 4 And right now, Man puts the number 04 out in front as they work down here off of turn number 4 and into the tri-oval. And as these tires wear out, the cars burn off the fuel. These cars will get lighter and lighter in that tri-oval. And usually that is one of the trouble spots here at the Talladega Superspeedway, is they almost make contact in the turnaround. Doug Rice tried to squeeze down in front of the 04. A Man was unable to do so, but here comes Les Levy. Levy's going to jump to the outside of Rice, and he's got Overstreet. Give him a push down the backstretch.
Checkered Flag Motorsports utilizing that third lane, the 62 and the 46. Now going to slide down to the middle in front of Doug Rice. Andy Brigante in the 13. Going to fall all the way back to the 33 of Jeff Crosby. And here comes the 62 of Les Levy. He's got some momentum on his side. And they are starting to gain some ground. He and David Overstreet hooked up with Doug Rice in the 35, right in their tire tracks.
Yeah, right behind them is number 12 of Fritz, as he was right there. Jeremy Funk is now in the third lane, starting to make some noise. That's being led by the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Holloway jumping up to the third lane. No help now as everybody bails on him, except for the 13 of Anthony Briganti. Now Holloway will cut it down low. Is now Logan Helton going to go to the extreme high side through turns 3 and 4. Holloway trying to sniff the draft, trying to catch up to him. Well, those two drivers get connected now, but Logan Helton says, no, nothing there yet. I'm going to cut it back to the middle.
Andy Brigante in the 13, stuck on the high side all by himself. Now he's going to slide in behind the 23 of Sebastian Barron, the 7 of Josh Milam, and the 21 of Holloway are in the outside lane. So we're not really seeing a third lane develop in any sort of manner. It's just a few guys try it, and then it quickly goes away, and then another few guys try it, and then it's like they're seesawing back and forth for that third lane.
They are, as they work through the corner, and right there in front of them, jumping up to the high side, is that black and white number 3 of Alex Green. And just making sure on our scoring ticker, Green back on the lead lap, inside, fighting for a spot inside the top 10. Is now 3 rows, 3 by 3 as they enter turn number 1. This is getting wild here, and it's only going to get wilder as the laps tick away. Next time by will just be 40 laps to go. I assume we will see pit stops here within the next 4 to 5 laps.
Last time we were on pit road was lap 45. We're working 54 laps. And not all of those were under heavy acceleration or heavy throttle. But just a little something to keep in mind. The 3 of Alex Green, he's made all 9 races so far this season. And despite that, he's all the way down in 39th place. So very rough go for the 3 in getting any type of good finish. But we are seeing him up front quite a bit. When that checkered flag is getting ready to fall, that 3 is nowhere to be found. So maybe tonight is the night that changes his luck.
Yeah, what a shakeup in the point standings that would cause as they would launch you into that round of 16, which after tonight, only 2 more chances to lock yourself in before the first round of playoffs. And what a shakeup that would be. That would put a lot of these drivers that have been up front all season long on the hot seat as they still battle 3 by 3. Seabrands trying to keep it cool on the outside with that Getty number 4. He works the outside line. Fast cars up there. You got Seabrands, Green, Holloway, and the 7 of Milam all on the outside lane. Can they make something happen as they work down the backstretch? Oh, Logan Helton's gonna get
big wiggle. Everyone taking evasive action. Cody Ogre down below the yellow line, but slides back up. And wow, good heads-up driving by everyone there, as things starting to get a little bit hectic.
I'm going to give him the save of the race right there. That could have been big. And he's going to lead this lap, I believe, KR. Goes from almost wrecked to leading that lap. How about that for Logan Helton in that Nexus Esports number 63?
Now Logan the Kid Helton, heck of a wheel man. Continues to try and make it into the Pro Series, running that road to Pro. It sounds like he might be taking a break from it before too much longer. More to come on that when I hear more about it, but so far he said that he's thinking about taking a little bit of a break in that. Nothing official just yet. But sometimes stepping away is a good thing. We take a look at like what Kevin Magnussen has done in Formula One. Magnussen was not in Formula One all last season. Gets the invite back into Haas, and now he's making the most of it.
I will take your word on that. I have not been following the F1 season. I guess I missed the boat on that race. I'd rather stick here to the stock car side of things, but I love all motorsports. I'll have to start keeping an eye on it. I like Magnussen. He's one of my favorite F1 drivers, I will tell you that much. How about Cody Ober up on the front of this one? Trying to make the most of it. Mark Ban right there behind him. And it's kind of, that third line is kind of teetered out. They have settled it down to 2x2, and I think everybody's starting to get into line for our first round of green flag pit stops. So this could be the make or break stop for your race. One mistake here, KR, especially if this goes green to the end, could be troublesome for anybody in the field.
If this goes green flag the whole way through, that would be an interesting outcome for this Talladega race, but we heard it from our stage one winner. We were able to run a little bit tight, handily side by side with the car that is underneath them. And we're getting some really good racing action out of this field. It's a 63 in the 8, working their way towards the start-finish line. Logan Helton in the 63 can lead another lap.
Everybody doing a good job here. Overstreet right to the back bumper of Levy. That's the outside lane. Helton is your race leader now, as you just said. They work down the back stretch. Everybody's trying to get in position. I don't think we're very far from going into pit stops. And the fastest lap of the race was last time by the 25 of Kevin Freese at a 49.26 second lap. If you don't think business is picking up, you might want to check your pulse.
Okay, I'm checking it. What's it look like?
Well, it says you got 180 beats per minute here. Are you all right over there? Too much Red Bull?
I probably have had too much Red Bull, yes.
It gives you wings.
And heart attacks, apparently.
I guess so. Calm that down over there. It's hard to calm it down when the racing's this good on Monday nights. Look at Levy trying to get a nice push there by Overstreet. Hadley back off of him. And the outside line going to back up due to the separation. Now Overstreet's going to tuck it down low. Everybody's going to stay out this time by. They look to the trioval. Here's a question for you, KR.
Okay.
We're getting ready for these green flag pit stops. We know that they can come at any time. Do you want to come down with a big pack, or do you want to come down with a smaller pack? What's your preference as a driver?
Seeing as I'm no longer worth a darn on these things, I would try and come down with a smaller pack, or with whatever group of people was A, dumb enough, or B, brave enough to let me pit with him.
I was gonna say it's tricky coming to pit road, 180 plus miles an hour, and you gotta slow it down here. It looks like one driver taken down. That's the 5 Lacavera, and he is all by his lonesome.
If you remember, Bob Lacavera was the only one that did not come down pit road. And so that's a good sign that everyone is starting to run out of fuel. We're going to have a very busy pit lane here in the next few laps.
Everybody getting in that position. I'm with you. I think I'd want to come down with a medium to smaller group of guys that I can work well with. Because if you come down with 20 plus cars, that pit entrance is going to get very, very congested. Let's see what happens this time off for turn number 4, and we got a handful of cars. Like 4 of them coming down pit road.
Zach Critch, Tyler Miller, Travis Elliott, and Jeremy Funk all hit pit lane as we begin the lap 64 and 94. Full swing into green flag pit stops. Logan Helton, your race leader. Cody Oger in the 8. Hanging on to second place. Mark Mann in the 04. In third place. To the outside, the 35 of Doug Rice. Doesn't have as many cars with him because everyone's trying to get to that inside lane. One of the few rules that they have here in OP about pit stops, well, you can pit from either lane, but you cannot start slowing down until you are below the yellow line.
This one has good 15 cars or more coming down pit road, and everybody able to get down to pit road speed. One car sideways, though. That's the 7 of Milam. Looks like Jimmy Mayer is facing the wrong way on pit road as well. So we talked about trouble on pit road. That's gonna hurt them. As Mayer still leads there, but something happening on pit road. Milam was sideways. Mayer was turned backwards as well. Disastrous this cycle of pit stops for those 2 drivers.
Doug Rice trying to get into his pit, turns down to into the 7 of Josh Milam, and then a lot of checkups going on because of that. Meanwhile, to complete our green flag pit stop cycle, Sebastian Marin, Jeff Crosby, Zach Workman, Hunter Reynolds, all the rest of them on the pit road. This will complete our first round of green flag pit stops. Logan Helton in the 63, out in front of everyone who has made a pit stop. I think he's going to have momentum on his side to get around Sebastian Marin.
Yellow flag to 77 that David Booth has gone around on the back stretch. And that is going to bring out our 5th yellow flag of the evening, just as the pit cycle was ending. We'll see how this shakes up the field, but heavy, heavy smoke from that checkered flag. Motorsports number 77 of David Booth as he works through turns 3 and 4. Let's see what happened.
And David Booth in the 77 up in smoke. Let's back this up and take a look. The 77 is going to have heavy impact with the 97 of Jeremy Funk. Try and figure out where this went wrong for Booth. It looked like he was trying to get back up to speed. Gonna have to back this up quite a bit.
Looks like a bit of net code between himself and Connors.
Well, we're looking at it here. The 77 of David Booth already pulls offline. Maybe some issues with his equipment as he loses a few spots before he even clears from the blue cone. Gets it past the blue cone. That 77 still wiggling, still out of shape. And then the 00 just comes in and starts the spin cycle, and then Jeremy Funk T-bones him. I'm wondering if he didn't have some issues with his VR equipment. The car just not behaving normally.
No, definitely not. It was up and around. That was what brings us underneath our 5th yellow flag of the evening. Zach Workman will stay out on the racetrack. It looks like Sebastian Marin has gone back pit side. And I believe it's a one more stop race from here. If you top off towards the end of this pit cycle, or this yellow flag, I mean. Dave Hunt getting the pass. He gained one of those laps back. Now will only be 6 laps in arrears. So 6 more cautions, he'll be right in it. Make it 5. 5 laps down OKR.
Still quite a bit.
Not going to say it's out of the realm of possibility.
It's harder with each lap.
Sure does. How about this driver? We haven't talked about them much all night. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia now shown in that number 2 spot. He's been quiet. Always shows up when it counts. Lori as well. Lori's had a few rough last couple weeks there with that John Deere 071. Having a good showing right now inside the top 5.
And Peter DeBorgia already having himself a win, locked into the playoffs. Zach Workman looking for his first win of the season. Sean Stevens could deal with a trip to victory lane before this night is done. In fact, I'm not really sure that there's anyone here that would decline a chance at a win.
No. I'd like to win. Can I win, KR?
Yes. I declare you the winner.
And I don't mean the first one to hit the ground after you push me off of the booth either. I don't want to win that race.
Okay. Well, I'll race you to the bottom.
I am like a feather. Should be able to beat me. I'll just get caught up in the wind.
Mm-hmm. You know, in a vacuum, you drop a basketball and a feather. They hit at the same time.
I did know that. Crazy, isn't it?
Well, makes sense.
Physics.
Physics. So being light as a feather doesn't necessarily help you not hit the ground.
Yeah, that's true. Field getting stacked up 2 by 2 as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Zach Workman, Peter DeBorgia up on the front row. Then it is Stevens and Laurie in row number 2. Man and Cobb will make up row number 3. Then it'll be Marin. And then the 38 of Williams. That unsponsored number 38 of Ernie Williams Jr.
No, I haven't got to talk a lot about my good buddy Ernie Williams Jr. He's been having a quiet night. Very rare that we get to see him out here on Monday night, as he was running with the Pro World of Outlaw drivers. So just glad to see him out there.
Unsponsored number 38. We gotta get that boy a sponsor, KR. We should put your face right on the hood.
Oh yeah, we don't put my face on race cars in this league anymore.
No?
No. Yeah, it has never gone well for anyone who's done it.
Well, they're going into the restart zone. It'll be Workman and DeBorgia. up on the front row. Gonna hit the gas pedal through the floorboards. We are back underway here as they will cross the stripe and start lap 69. And it is Demi DeBorgia with a good restart on the outside, getting a good push by Lori. Workman down low though, getting Stevens up the back bumper as they work through the gearbox into the high gear off of turn number 2. Workman with a good advantage though, but here comes the outside line with the momentum. DeBorgia with a great push, trying to draw even with that second place running car of Stevens.
Zach Workman in the 19 has the advantage for the moment. We do have 35 cars on the lead lap. Only one car out of this race officially. That is the 77 of David Booth. He did have to burn his fast repair earlier in the night. And then the heavy engine damage that he just suffered, along with whatever equipment failure that looked like he was going through, be more than enough to knock out the 77 here tonight. Anthony English going to make his way around him here in about 6 or 7 laps.
They will do that, and that is why you never give up those points. They even know many laps down, that could be the difference of making it or not making it into the round of 16 here in just 3 short weeks. Right now, Workman up on the front of this one, doing a masterful job painting the yellow line. Trying to find victory lane here tonight. He's got 24 laps to hold on to it. He's going to have his work cut out. Is that outside line? He's going to work up along the outside. It is DeBorgia. Is the car starting? They're starting. The pushes are going to get harder, a little bit heavier, and they're not. The brakes are not going to be given like they have been so far in this race here. It is they know it is almost time to give out the checkered flag. This one will pay a spot to the championship 16.
Well, we were just at Talladega in the NASCAR series. A couple drivers were talking about how they were hitting the bumps or getting hit from behind and absorbing a bump. So you mentioned that these pushes are going to get a little bit harder. What do you think that means to these drivers? One being the pusher, the other one the pushee.
I think you got to really trust the driver that's behind you, that you're not going to get hooked, that they're not going to hit you where that car is light, which is the tri-oval, in the corners, anything like that. But we have seen a few accidents down the back stretch where the cars have been hooked to the right. First one that comes to mind was the 26 of Reynolds, our first yellow flag of the race. So I think you just got to be prepared for it, looking in that mirror, maybe looking backwards more than you are looking forward here in the closing stages, so you can anticipate the run from behind and that nudge that you're going to get. I think that really is what you can do to make a difference.
So the 40 of Peter DeBorgia in that Extra Life race car. DeBorgia does a spectacular job at paint jobs. He's got some creative ones.
Very sharp looking race car. I love the black and those blue colors.
Yeah, black and blue, a good color combination. But Extra Life is important charity to Peter DeBorgia. It teams up with the streamers and whatnot, and so he plugs that one quite a bit. In fact, he's been known to sponsor a race or two just to get the word out of what he has going on, especially when he get ready for a 24-hour stream.
Always loved it. The racing community loves to give in times of need, whether takes a fellow racer and a hardship. We are a unique group of people. We rally behind what everybody else really does charity-wise. Now Laurie gonna get a push though. He gets to run to the outside. Two teammates side by side on the front row. They come off turn number 2.
Well, we have Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds working in their third lane. Logan Helton in the 63 right there as well. Logan Helton looking for another win. Talked earlier about Bobby Helton telling him how to bring his A game. Logan finding himself right now in 21st spot. A little bit down and out, but 19 laps to go, Al, here at Talladega. Eric Laurie in that 071 out in front.
Up front there, and the 3 cars working the outside all have speed. You got Milam, who's got that right front damage fix. He's got Hunter Reynolds right behind him. The 63, Logan Helton, and now Jim Mayer's going to jump up to join him. They're towing along the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. So 5 cars that have a lot of speed working that outside line. They're picking a row or 2 off a lap. And pretty soon they're going to be challenging for this race lead as they come off turn number 4. They're about row number 3 right now. So the outside line really starting to get up towards the front here with 18 laps to go.
Ooh, contact with Reynolds. More contact, and around goes Sean Stevens in the 27, and the caution flag is going to come out.
How more cars were not involved in that. Jeremy Funk, not sure if he just slowed down to miss it or was involved, but Stevens gone around.
Andy Brigante and Sean Stevens. Jeremy Funk was able to slow it down before he got into it with the 27. But Andy Brigante in
His
the
car
13.
got swayed.
Let's
I hate
see.
this.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this backed up to where we see Andy Brigante getting in trouble in the 13. Not in trouble like timeout kind of trouble, but
I hate to say it, almost looks like that nasty word that we don't like to say, KR.
oh yeah,
Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about?
absolutely. On the count of 3, we're gonna say the same. We're gonna say the word at the same time.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Farfanugan.
Oh, I was gonna say net because the Farfanugan did reach out and grab him.
The caution flag out on the speedway. I don't even know what a Farfanugan is.
Is anybody?
Never made the word up.
I tell you, everybody doing a great job to check up, get up the racetrack. As Stevens' car slides up the racetrack into that middle groove, Dave Hunt just gets by to the inside. Jeremy Funk just hit the brake pedal and was not involved at all. So, just like that, everybody's going to come down pit road, and I believe this will be the final stop of the evening, potentially.
Yeah, it's
gonna be close.
It's gonna be close, and you're gonna want to save a little bit because you're going to have a very real chance at a green-white checker.
They'll probably see a bunch of these guys, if not everybody, coming back down pit road to top off. Holloway in and out in under 5 seconds, so Not much fuel in the 21 under that stop. Just enough to top it off. But everybody else in there, 6 seconds care. I think a couple drivers taking some 2 tires on this stop to give them a little bit more maneuverability, as they know that the moves are going to be coming faster. You're going to have to move and get up in the line that is moving. And we know how treacherous that can be with some worn out Goodyear racing tires that they run here on these OP Premier cars on Monday nights.
Speaking of tires, you've been following the Hoosier tire issue?
The Hoosier tire issue, the American Racer tire issue. There's a shortage. Is it affecting you guys out there in the Midwest?
Oh, I'm sure it is. Fortunately for me, my class it runs on riding lawnmower tires, so we should be good. Our class should be good.
Luckily, it hasn't hit the major markets yet. Speaking of like NASCAR, I believe the World of Outlaws haven't had any issues that I haven't seen or read about.
Yeah, I would imagine that our top of the line classes, not classes, big shows. So the World Outlaws, NASCAR, whoever is making those tires is going to make sure they have their tires before anyone else gets tires.
I would agree. Lights are out on the pace car. Not many takers. Just about, making about 10, 12 cars coming down the top off once again here with 15 laps to go. Everybody else rolling the dice. They're saving quite a bit of fuel right now underneath these yellow flags. They can clutch it. They can turn the car off. A lot of things they can do inside the cockpit of these race cars to save fuel underneath the yellow flags. What are we gonna see? That is the big question.
We're gonna see a little bit of everything.
I'm a little nervous that we're gonna see someone run out of fuel. Especially if you're out front. I think if you're second, third, fourth row back, I think you're okay. I think you can save enough fuel in the draft. You don't have to go full throttle to stay up the full song. But if you're the leader, you got to use a lot more fuel to punch the hole in the air that everybody else is going to follow you with. Oh, this driver up in the third spot, Richard Kuhn. Haven't talked about him all night long. Now sits in the third spot. Josh Milam to his outside in car number 7. Hunter Reynolds and Zach Workman in row 3. Marin and Mann in row 4. Fritz and Mayer rounding out your top 10 as we get ready to go back to green flag racing with just 14 circuits remaining in the Dega 250.
This one is winding down. Only one car gonna finish on top. Randall Cobb in the 52. Cody Ober in the 8. These two have the clear advantage right now, but as these laps get closer to 0, this race scene is going to change very much. 15 laps to go as the green flag comes back out. We are back underway out of the 52 and the 8. Get a good start. Only one car out of the race, the 77 of David Booth. 35 cars on the lead lap. Dave Hunt, Anthony English, multiple laps down, that 44 and 53. They never gave up once they got out on track.
No, they did not, and they are still out there on the racetrack. Anything happens, they can still pick up a few spots. If the big one were to happen, is Ober pulls his autism awareness, number 8, out in the front of this one. Here comes the 52 of Cobb, though, down to the inside. He's got a good push from that Toyota of Richard Goon. Goon right there, the second car. Now Ober's going to go to the outside. Contact, Randall Cobb hard in the outside wall. Mark Mann's going to get hit hard. J.D. Crow involved, a big one here on the front stretch. Over straight will spin. Yellow flag coming out here after contact between the 8 of Ober and the 52 of Randall Cobb. Puts us underneath our yellow flag here with 13 laps to go.
So this all begins at the front with Randall Cobb in the 52. And then it trickles all the way through the trial of one. 52 hard into the wall, the 8, the 7. Big stack up. So many race cars involved. A very big one. Very violent one as well. The 52 heavy impact with the 7. Josh Milam gonna get spun like a top. Alex Green involved, Mark Mann, Eric Laurie, Logan Helton, Bob Lacavera, Doug Rice, Andy Brigante. I mean, this took out, I should say took out, but this involved so many cars. It's hard to believe that anyone's still able to roll.
And it just, that the number 8 car just got a good push from the 7 of Milam, went to the outside. Just made contact there. A lot of good cars torn up in this one. It'll be interesting to see who still had or has a fast repair. I believe the 7 of Milam had already used one of his fast repairs, and that's heavy contact with Travis Elliott, and then the 24 of Miller coming in with Josh Milam. So that might be it for the 7 of Milam here tonight, or at least chances of winning.
Well, the 44 of Anthony English gonna get the lucky dog. Now he makes his way around this super speedway. Fastest car on the track right now is the 44 of Anthony English. How about that?
I like the paint job.
Good looking paint job.
It is. A lot of detail in that. I just got to look at that down in the garage area before tonight's race. How about our new race leader, the 47 of Richard Kuhn? Up 29 spots from where he started. Quietly worked his way up through the field. Got a little bit of rear end damage on that 47. I don't think it should hurt him at all. Hunter Reynolds doing a nice rebound after bringing out our first yellow flag of the evening. There in spot number 2, Sebastian Marin in 3rd. Reynolds and Kuhn looking for their first win of the season. Marin won 2 weeks ago at the Daytona International Speedway underneath the lights. That one went in extra laps. About next week, the first race of May, honoring our Champions 250 at the the Legacy Daytona International Speedway. That one will be a good one. And to round out the regular season, in 2 weeks, KR, in Daytona, we will find out who the top 16 drivers will be. Then we're in to the chase.
Our top 16 drivers make it into the playoffs. Determined by wins and then minimum race requirement of 9 starts. We'll have 3 races in the round of 16, 2 races in the round of 8, so we'll go from 16, 8 to 4. Then just 1 round, the final round, top 4 drivers gonna battle it out at Daytona for the championship. That is going to be a heck of a race, all the way down to June 27th. Hard to believe. It feels like that's forever away, but it'll be here very soon.
Say, don't blink your eyes, it'll be June. Time is not slowing down. Did you ever feel like as you were a kid, I know we're still big kids, but as a kid, the time stood still for most of the time. And now as the older we get, the faster it seems to go.
Absolutely.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah? Don't know what to tell you.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
All right, there. We'll go with that. Suck it up, Buttercup.
That's right. Richard Kuhn, Hunter Reynolds going to lead us to the green flag. The pace car working off of turn number 4 is going to turn into the pit lane and still trying to figure out what type of car that is while it sits down there. And into the restart zone they will come. Kuhn, Reynolds up on the front one. Marin Workman in row number 2. Who is it gonna be here with just 10 laps to go? As they step on the accelerator, we are back underway.
47 of Kuhn on the inside gets a good launch, and the 23 of Sebastian Marin stays glued to that back bumper. An outstanding start those two had, and they're going to have the clean advantage through 1 and 2 as they make their way onto the backstretch with 10 laps to go. Out. This race is starting to finish. Starting to end is ending to start.
You're saying the sand is running out from the hourglass?
Time is running out.
That it is. Marin going to jump from the inside lane to the outside lane. Here comes Marin to the outside of Kuhn through the tri-oval. He's getting a heavy push by Reynolds. And new race leader at the line with 9 to go is Sebastian Marin. Jack working right to the back bumper, and they have the Hall of Famer Jimmy Mayer right there as well as Ronald Reynolds going to go upstairs in the 3rd lane, but he's going to be left out to dry. Nobody going with the 4 to Reynolds, but here comes the 3 of Alex Green. He jumps up in front of the 8 of Ober. Is now Fritz to the outside of Kuhn. Kuhn's able to get by here. They come into turn at number 3. Action all the way around your first 5 rows, 2 by 2. Then it's 3 by 3 behind them.
So Zach Fritsch in the 12 has had himself kind of a quiet night. We haven't really talked a lot about Fritchie, and now he is making his way forward. He already has 1 win on the season. Here he is with 8 laps to go, putting himself in position to win another one.
And his car has a 2 in it. Remember, we said the 2 of J.D. Crow picking up stage 1. The car 52 of Randall Cobb picking up stage 2 is tonight, where you have to have a 2 in your number to go to victory lane. We are about to find out as the 26 of Reynolds is in the outside wall. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction, and we stay green. Still side by side up in the front of this one, and Kevin Crosby down to the inside. Or Jeffrey Crosby down to the inside. They're pushing the 47 of Kuhn, trying to find a way to get into victory lane. as they all work here through turns 1 and 2.
So Zach Fritsch and Richard Kuhn down the back stretch. Fritsch with the advantage, stays to the high side, does not drop down low. JD Crow in the 2, gonna have Zach Workman in the 19. Trouble as Workman is gonna get turned. Big time crash coming off of turn number 4.
Everybody piling in. Alex Green, we talked about how his season has gone. The front end off that car torn there. Jimmy Mayer headed down pit road, heavy smoke billowing from the 95. And yellow flag is out with just 6 laps remaining here in the Dega 250.
And that one started when Zach Workman made the move up in front of the 2 of JD Crow, and then they just never were able to get hooked up squarely. And that is going to cause a huge pile up.
And I believe a good number of those drivers, KR, are out of fast repairs. Their backup car's already been in use. They sit down on pit road. Do you pit now? Do you pit? Or do you have enough fuel? Have we had enough caution laps?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. We're going to take one more look at this one from Hunter Reynolds. Special request on board with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Back to the pitting situation. I believe we have had enough caution flags that we should be able to make it to the end, but who wasn't involved in a caution or in a crash here in the last few laps?
That's a good question.
Well, the yellow flag coming out. Zach Fritsch in control of the field. We have another chance here, Al, for some interesting side stories. So, what do you got going on?
Not much. That's interesting, right? Well, I was playing electrician before we went live tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. It was actually relaxing. That seemed odd because I thought it was. Other than that, KR, I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm in the midst of construction on an RC track here in the upstate New York area.
Okay.
Dirt oval.
I like it.
So that's been it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that. It took once we got out of tax season last week. Hopefully everybody got their taxes in. If not, don't call.
Yeah.
So went down there, got sunburnt, worked on the track, got the corner walls up, and it's coming together.
Very cool.
Need it to stop raining though. It's the grounds are very soft.
Well, that's not always a bad thing.
Nope. Hey, it's only April. We got a lot done for the month of April. I know that this weekend will be into May, but it's that's all. That's what I've been going on when I'm not in the turn 3 booth here or behind the wheel. They've let me get behind the wheel of a race car on Tuesday nights.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. I finished 6th last week.
Nice job.
Yep. Thank you. Started 18th because I can't qualify.
Qualifying's overrated.
It is. Well, I time trialed well, and I was running 2nd in the heat, and then I stepped on the gas a little too hard and looped it.
Whoops.
Yep, pretty much the banana peel. So I had to start deep in the feature and quietly work myself up to a nice 6th place finish. So, I mean, half the field wrecked themselves out. So, but we don't really mention that. They really didn't.
I was gonna say, but you just mentioned it, so now what do we do?
I don't know. We could get ready to go back to green flag racing.
We are getting
This
ready
is
to
going
go.
to be a shootout. Not officially in our overtime, so still in the scheduled distance right now. Another yellow.
We will get the green flag with 3 laps to go. So the next flag will put us, the next caution flag will give us an overtime attempt. However, we can get to the white flag, that won't be necessary.
No, it will not. And it is Zach Fritz up on the front of this one, Richard Kuhn, both looking for their first win of the season. The 23 of Sebastian Marin and Jeffrey Crosby. Row number 2, then it is Rick Seabrands and Les Levy in row number 3. Row 4, I believe that is Mark Mann and Miller. They start to come in to the restart zone, and it's Lacavera and Overstreet is your top 10.
Long, slow wait. This is tough for us as broadcasters. It's even worse as a driver. But the green flag comes out, and away we go once again. The field all gets to the throttle, and some drivers already making some moves. One car up on the high side. That is the 46 of Overstreet with the 38 of Ernie Williams Jr. with him.
They got Travis Elliott with them as well, KR, down the backstretch. And we know Elliott's one of the fast cars in that Monster Energy drink number 51. And look at the run that they have. They're going to challenge for the race lead in the turn number 3.
The 46, the 38, the 51, all on the high side. They have got that momentum coming their way. Now this one is now 2 laps to go. Talked about it being 3 and 4 wide at the start of this show. We haven't seen a lot of 4 wide action. We just might get it here as everyone is going to start really trying to hustle those race cars and find a groove that works best for them. Right now, the 12 is Zach Fritch. Has the advantage down on the inside. Trouble in the mid-pack to 52. Got a little bit out of shape, but holds on to it. Zach Fritch in the 12. Coming off of turn number 4. All we have to do is get the white flag, and then this one is going in its regular distance. Shaking it up in the tri-oval and contact in the tri-oval. Final lap, we get the white flag, and no, we don't. The caution flag is going to come out.
Oh, big
5 more seconds, and a white flag would have been out.
Oh, my
Another
Lanta.
stack up in the tri-oval. Andy Brigante, Daniel Holloway, Rob Connors, Dustin Barber, all getting involved.
Let's see what happened. I believe that happened.
Doug Rice in the 35. Rob Connors, Dustin Barber.
Looked like something happened to the car on the inside of the 35 of Rice. That got Rice up into the left rear quarter panel for the 21 of Holloway. Looked like maybe the 5 of lack of air just got tight.
Yeah, lack of air maybe touched the apron. Cody over, Cody Eldred.
Another tough ending for the 13 of Aganti. Always in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Rob Connor's hard contact to the inside Armco. Cody over, Eldred also involved. So Sebastian Marin is your race leader, last on pit road, lap 78. We've had enough yellow flags, I think, at least to save a few laps of fuel.
Well, Sebastian Marin, last on pit road on lap 78. We're working lap 95. So it's going to be close.
Same with the number 12 of Fritz. He was last on pit road, lap 78. I believe Overstreet is a little bit in a better situation. He was last on pit road, lap 82. Marin can gamble. Has a win this season. Would love to go to victory lane once again. Score those bonus points for the chase. But the 12 of Fritz would like to spoil that. How about Dave Overstreet? Overstreet not having a stellar season. A win would be a nice shot in the arm in that 46.
Win is always a nice shot in the arm. You know? Anytime you get a win, that's always a good time.
Would you know lately, KR? I wouldn't. It's
no.
been about 4 years since I've been to victory lane.
Weeks ago.
Oof, you still got it.
Yeah.
The few retirees that have been down on pit road, Josh Milam still on pit road, Kevin Fries and Anthony English all on pit road. Zach Workman's been on pit road since lap 88. Alex Green has officially pulled the advanced auto parts number 3 behind the wall. JD Crow also down on pit road. Now looks like he will be moving now along with Dave Hunt. Those two are battling for a position. 2 laps behind the rest of the field.
With all that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as everything went haywire over here, but the race continues on, and we rejoin it as they took the green flag, make their way down the backstretch, and Jeff Crosby in the 33 with 2 laps to go here in extra laps, finds himself out in front. Mark Mann in the 04, trying to hustle that Batmobile around the outside through the travel. We are going to get the white flag this time. Final lap, final time around, Al.
Final trip around, and Mark Mann getting a good push by Marin. Overstreet is the third car on line. They Jeffrey Crosby down on the inside, with Elliott giving him a good push. Lack of air also up there. We'll watch that outside line. Rick Sebrands and Zach Fritz up on the outside. Who's it gonna be as they enter turn number 3? Mann has a car length advantage over the inside lane. It'll be Crosby pedaling and fast on the inside.
Jeff Crosby on the inside line in the 33, trying to get his first Monday night win. Mark Mann in the 04, right through the middle. Here comes David Overstreet making a move to the outside as they make their way to the start finish line. They're going to get crossed up, but Mark Mann is going to win this one. Jeff Crosby in second. Travis Elliott gonna bring it on the final step of the podium.
And a big wreck happening at the line there, but Mark Mann gonna pick up the win. Crosby ever so close once again. Gonna come up the bridesmaid. Nothing to hang your hat on though.
So Mark Mann in the 04 comes away with the race win. Crosby in second. Travis Elliott in third. As post-race shenanigans have begun, Mark Mann makes his way on to that front stretch for his victory celebration in the 04. Lights up the tires and gets to burning it down. Let's kick off our post-race show by talking to our race winner, and that is the 04 of Mark Mann. Mark, congratulations on the race win.
Heck yeah, finally.
Well, man, this looked like a good race for you to try and win. You were already looking good on points, but nailing this win here now with 2 races left to go in the regular season really puts you in a good spot.
Man, I haven't won in a season and a half, so I was desperate to get a win, and I had to stay up front all night tonight. And I got caught up in a little bit of stuff there, and you know, tempers were flaring tonight. I mean, it's getting intense as we get down to 2 more races to go until the chase. I mean, this is really intense racing out here. Really awesome, man. I'm super happy dedicating this win tonight to my fishing buddy and friend Bill Delaney in the hospital right now. Wishing him a quick recovery so we can get out there fishing.
Well, he's done picked a good person to back. Mark is here tonight. You win this one, so what a nice way to dedicate a win and all that good stuff, man.
Heck yeah, dude. And you know, thanks to everybody who helps me out. And Seabass there at the end, that was pretty cool. We're live, right?
Live? No, we're just winging it. Silly question. What kind of silly question is that?
I'm just being silly.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, dude. And,
anyways,
you know.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give outside of this and whatnot for your first win in a season and a half, according to you?
Season and a half. Yeah, it's been a while. I want to thank my fans and friend Mara and her family and Bill and my teammates at Alliance Motorsports and OP. I appreciate, all of us appreciate a place to run with great competition and great drivers, and you guys at Turn 3 for broadcasting, and everybody who watches us, all the fans, and thanks Sean McCarra up in the race control booth tonight. Appreciate that. Yeah, yes sir, I'll take that win. I'm not done yet.
All right, Mark, we'll go get you a few more locked into the playoffs. Nice job, man.
Heck yeah, brother.
That is Mark Mann for his first win of the season here at Talladega. Go ahead and burn that one down to the ground. But now let's move on to our second place finisher. And Al, you have caught up with the 33.
Yeah, we're down here on the start-finish line with the 33 Jeff Crosby. And Jeff, oh so close once again, but this race intense. It seems like as we get closer to the playoffs, the racing out there just keeps getting more intense. What's it like out there battling on the high banks of these super speedways?
You just have to be really on your heels all race. Got to stay patient. Unfortunately, we got caught in that first wreck, so wasn't able to mix it up there all race. But thankfully, that last restart kind of worked out. I had TJ behind me, teammate, and up to the front. We were probably, I don't know, 2 feet, 3 feet. I guess you guys could tell better, but it was really, really close.
Talk us through that last restart. You have the help behind you. What did you need to get around the 0-4 to get to your first victory here in the OP Premier Series?
I think I just needed to stay more consistent. I got really squirrely in turn 3 and 4 and coming to the white flag and kind of messed me up. The outside line was the best line. You really want to be on the high line. So it's disappointing, but I'll take a place. I know a win's coming eventually. So just got to keep our head up and pick it on the next week.
Definitely have the speed week in and week out. Next 2 weeks, we're at Daytona. Next week, the Legacy one. What's the outlook for that racetrack? We know that track, very tricky, very treacherous. What's it going to be to stay out of trouble and get this 33 up front?
Thankfully, statistically, I think it's one of my best tracks that we race throughout the season. So hopefully the train can stay like that, and hopefully the teammates can be all around, and hopefully I know the first race of this season, all 4 of us, or 4 or 5 of us, finished top 5. So hopefully we can do that again. Just gotta stay patient there. So hopefully it happens.
Well, we hope to be talking to you maybe one spot better next week. But before we let you roll on out of here, who makes it all possible? I know you got a lot of people to thank behind this 33 car.
Tons of people. Any family and friends that are still watching. I know it's late. Definitely want to give a shout out to Flat Out Motorsports, Zach Fridge, Tyler Miller, Anthony English, Travis Elliott, and also I want to give a shout out to Pete DeBorgia. He works pretty hard on my paint schemes, and I try to do one different every race. So I know you guys really like the red one. I know you guys have mentioned that before, so I might bring it out next week for you guys.
We definitely like to see what color you're going to bring out to us every week. We love the paint jobs. Keep them coming. And Pete does a good job on those as well. But congratulations on a second place finish. I know it's not what you wanted, but overall a very good night here at Talladega. And we'll hopefully be talking to you next week in Daytona.
Hey, you guys are the best.
There you go. Jeff Crosby going to pick up the runner-up spot, KR. And I believe you've caught up with his teammate that crosses the line in 3rd.
That I have. That is the 51 of Travis Elliott. Mr. Elliott, former broadcast aficionado. How you doing?
Hey, KR. How y'all doing tonight up here? Not doing too bad.
A 3rd place finish for that 51. Nice job, man.
Yeah. Can't be too upset, especially kind of the ups and downs of this race. Happy. Would have loved to have got my teammate there a win. That middle top side is just so fast that you have to be pretty much perfect, and I was less than perfect on my end. So kind of failed Jeff right there at the end. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, the 51 does end up in third, and it does look like you have quite a good points buffer. 80 points to the good before this race even started. Just 2 races left before we hit the cutoff for the playoffs. Are you going to still go for all out, try and get those wins, or are you going to start being a little more conservative and try and hold on to this 80-point gap that you have over a car that maybe won't make it in on points?
If I'm not out here to try to go for a win, I'm doing something wrong, and still gonna be going out here trying to get wins first and foremost, and trying to get a couple of my teammates a win if I can, ones that are kind of in must-win situations, but not gonna count myself out or ruin my own chances to getting a win if it comes to that. But yeah, I want to keep staying hot like I have this season and keep this going forward. Ideally, I'm just having a good time in the car, listening to some music while I'm racing and trying to stay relaxed, and just trying to keep that positive mindset of let's go out there and win a race.
Well, a solid third place finish, maybe not where you wanted to end up, but still on the podium, just a few spots away from that coveted win that you're after. Tell you what, TJ, still an outstanding job. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my great friend Colin. I'm his Derek Carr, and it'll always be that way. I want to give a shout out to you guys at Turn 3. I always say this every time, but Turn 3 has a special place in my heart. Love the broadcast dearly and love all the work you guys do over there. And I want to thank my teammates, us at Flat Out Motorsports, Tyler, Anthony, Zach, Jeff. I want to thank Peter DeBorgia for my lovely monster car that, since I kind of started driving, I kind of started to feel a little bit more like my old self, and hope to keep that moving forward.
Well, man, nice job once again. A solid third place finish for you. Nice job out here again tonight.
Thanks, guys.
As Travis Elliott, driver of the 51 from Flat Out Motorsports, outstanding job to the top 3. This whole field really put on a heck of a great show for us tonight. Nothing left, Al, but to go through our results and then closing thoughts as we look at Mark Mann, Jeff Crosby, Travis Elliott, our podium finishing drivers, Bob Lacavera and David Overstreet. Gonna round out your top 5.
6th place will go to Richard Kuhn, and it was Zach Fritzen at Flat Out Motorsports number 12. Rick Seabrains will come home 8th. Eric Laurie and Les Levy rounding out your top 10.
Ernie Williams Jr. in a rare appearance here on Monday night gets himself 11th place. Jared Forbes in 12th. 13th, Sebastian Marin. Gabe Butler in the 88 finishes in a 14th spot. And Logan Helton rounds out that 15th finishing position.
16th will go to the Hunter Reynolds number 26 out, and then it'll be the finishing 17th. Car number 40 out of Meteor Racing, Peter DeBorgia. Cody Eldridge will finish 18th. 19th to Sean Stevens. And rounding out your top 20 was Dustin Barber in car number 6.
Buck Wild Racing, Randall Cobb in the 52. Tyler Miller in the 24. Jeremy Funk, the 97, finishing 23rd. 24th goes to the 8 of Cody Ober. And Andy Brigante, 25th.
26 went to Doug Rice. 27th to the 95 of Jim Mayer. Daniel Holloway will come home 28th. Dave Hunt 29th. And JD Crow finishes 30th.
Rob Connors, Jimmy Reynolds, Alex Green, Zach Workman, and Anthony English finished 31st through 35th, with Kevin Freese, Josh Milam, and David Booth rounding out our 38 car field tonight. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. So Al, we're done here at Talladega. 2 races left in the regular season. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts, feelings, and emotions right now.
I think they're going into probably what are the 2 toughest race tracks that we could go to. It's this regular season comes to a close. We have the Legacy Daytona next week. That track rough, tears up the tires. It is bumpy. The drivers are going to be on the ragged edge and putting on one heck of a show for us. And then we end the regular season under the lights on a smooth track at Daytona as well. So we know that track a lot narrower than what we saw here. Does not mean we won't see the 3-wide action. I think staying up front, staying out of trouble, might get you into victory lane.
All right. Well, Al, thank you very much for being with me here once again. Hope to see you next week. And since you're so good at it, why don't you go ahead and sign us off?
Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning on in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as we brought you live coverage of the OP Racing Premier Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Until next Monday night, keep it wheels down, and we'll see you at the races.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.